group. Oh. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं विश्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमध्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे। Jai Gurudev to all. So from today onwards, we have session on Shiva-Sutra. So I'm going to share the Shiva-Sutra Pradipika, the book I have written with the grace of my Guru, my Dhaneshwar Maharaj, Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji. And later on, I will share the screen. First, we will see what is Shiva-Sutra Pradipika in short. So we have already seen that the Shiva is the omnipresent dark matter, Atinil dark matter. And he, with his own dynamic energy, created the Shakti, that is the visible universe, what we see, what we feel. Shiva is the Adi Yogi also. And he is guiding the sincere seekers past so many thousands of years, or we can say still since the humankind is there. So Shiva Sutra is the one of the highest grantha, you can say, or it's a very small granthika, you can say, which is on Shiva-Gama, and all over this is being studied, followed, and many siddhas got liberated by understanding this, by doing sadhana as guided by Shiva, and they become the Jivan Mukta. So this is a part of Agama Grantha. We have seen what is Agam, Nigam, etc. I think you all remember about that. So this is a part of Agama, it's a Tantra scripture, because this gives the technique. And these are all dynamic expressions of Shiva Tattva, and these are the practical tools and techniques that gives hands-on experience of the Shiva Tattva while doing sadhana. So this is so deep and this is so important, you can say, very valuable sutra. So among the many sects of Shaivagama in India, like in South also, Dakshin, there is Shaivagama. In South, Shaivagama is little bit different. This Kashmir Shaivagama is there. Natha Sampradaya is almost all spread all over the India. And this is also this Shiva Sutra are being followed by all Shaivagama sects. In Kashmir, Vasugupta was there. A very learned sage was there. Abhinavgupta, Vasugupta, you must have heard. So Vasugupta found these Shiva Sutra card on a big boulder, and then he started revealing the meaning of that Shiva Sutra. So this is also an important knowledge stream for the Trika Shastra. We have seen what is Trika Shastra in last session. So Shiva Sutras are divided in 3 Unmesha. Unmesha means part of the Shiva Sutra. What is Unmesha? We'll see later. This provide appropriate direction for various sadhaka who are trapped either in Yoga Maya, Mahamaya, or Moha Maya. So there are 3 types of Maya: is Yoga Maya, Moha Maya, and Mahamaya. The sutra covers all basic and advanced techniques that how to come out of these clutches of this Maya and move further as a sadhaka, spiritual seeker. So we will see that what is Pradipika is putting light on anything, any scripture, or that is called Pradipika. So this Pradipika puts light from a very different perspective of Maya. And each Unmesha, they define a very well defined the outer periphery of that part, like first Unmesha regarding Yoga Maya. So they are very defined. And the third Unmesha also tells us the further how to go further and what happened with the Siddha when he enters into Shiva Tattva, like when he becomes Jivan Mukta. So these are all very important part of the Shiva Sutra. And with the Lord Shiva, when he appears as Dakshinamurti is a Guru. Shiva appears as Guru. We have seen Shiva's various rupas, no? Rudra Rupa or something. So in this, the Shiva appears as Dakshinamurti. Dakshinamurti sitting under the Vatavriksha, and he is imparting knowledge and wisdom with the very old and very learned sages. So he had put his 1 foot on the apasmara, is the avidya rupi rakshas, is the apasmara, and he is imparting the knowledge. Is the what is the that has been what you call description or about the Dakshinamurti. So I bow down to Dakshinamurti, to my Guru Naneshwar Maharaj Tukai and Shri Ravi Shankarji before starting this elucidation. And I hope that you sincere seekers like you will enjoy this and we will have a good journey for this session. So Rama is here, Mr. Ram Gandhi. He is also Art of Living teacher and very good devotee, sadhak, spiritual seeker. So he will read out certain pages that we all together will read. Then we will discuss on this. I will explain some part of it. So Ram, you can start.
Sure. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Chapter 1, Shiva, Shakti and Sadhak. The supreme, omnipresent and omnipotent dark matter that exists as space is Lord Shiva. Shiva is the static matter and his dynamic state is Shakti, who is present all over, encompassing our existence. When this Shiva Chaitanya, energy of the Shiva Tattva, enters into human form, it transforms as Jivatma. Chitta of the human being gradually being gradually gets attached to worldly pleasures like an infant that gets attached to toys. This is Maya, the scintillating, sparkling illumination present all around, the reverberating form of Shakti. However, due to a mistaken perception of Maya called avidya, the humans become unhappy and try to regain everlasting happiness and bliss. Whereas the only process to return and traverse back to the ultimate being is returning to the origin, returning to yourself, and finally knowing yourself. This is called spirituality or adhyatma, to understand yourself. Shiva, being the Adi Yogi and Paramaguru of all, is ever willing to guide the sincere seekers, the sadhaks who surrender to the Shiva Tattva, who is also known as Shri Dakshinamurti.
Thank you. So we will see, we have quickly seen also last time that Shiva is the omnipresent dark matter that exists, and the Vishwa, the Shakti is the dynamic existence of Shiva, and we are part of Shakti. But within us also, Shiva is there at subtle level as Anandamaya Kosha. So when Shiva Tattva, when we take birth as a human being, Jivatma is actually part of Shiva Tattva, but that gets attached to so many things when we come in, when we start living life. So we get attached to so many things around. And the society or the norms of the society, say, or the upbringing of our upbringing in particular family or particular way, we start getting, either we get attached to spirituality or we get attached to mundane world. So there is always a inner urge to become very calm and quiet. So why we go to the various aspects of mundane world? Only to get some happiness. But that happiness is not last long. It doesn't remain forever. So at some moment we get again into sorrow, or we again become restless. So this is the state of Maya. Why we face such type of upheaval? Because of the Maya, because Maya is continuously changing. And if we see that, or if we feel that the Maya is the only thing, and our body is the only thing, then what we get through our body, sensory organs or the action organs, what pleasure we get, that is not a permanent thing. It keeps on changing. So the inner urge is to get the permanent bliss. And for that, every human being tries. And that is the inner core value of any human being. And the Adhyatma, Adhyatma takes us to that level, and our spiritual sadhana starts. So during spiritual sadhana also we can face so many hurdles because of the condition of our chitta. We are not stable, and that's why we face so many hurdles, and that is that further creates an unrest in our chitta, and that goes on. So Shiva, being the Adi Yogi and Param Guru, Dakshinamurti, he guides always he guides the human beings through various years, or through Guru Tattva. Guru Tattva and Shiva Tattva is the same principle. Guru is the energy of Shiva that is in a human form. We can see a Guru as a human being, but we should not go with the vrittis of the Guru, what we see from our drishti or from our small intellect. The Guru is very different. He is, you may have seen so many Gurus, they act very differently. We at times we can't understand why they are acting like this, but there are so many behavioral patterns. So we should not go with the outer form of any Guru. The Shiva Tattva is always present in the Sadguru, so we should always go with that Tattva, and that gives us a stability in our sadhana also, in our spiritual practice also. So next, Ram.
In absolute devotion, to the ultimate energy, like manifestation of pearls to adorn the Shakti. O reader, read on to absorb the exuberance that can be felt through the grandeur of his eminence. Shiva, the radiant source of energy, shines blissfully in a Sadguru, the Jivan Mukta Siddha established in Sat Chit Ananda, and who holds the hand of the disciple and make him her Antevasi, becoming an inseparable part of the Sadguru. Shiva is the one who shines with his full energy in a Sadguru. Here in Shivasutra, Shiva, with love and compassion, has given certain guidelines of piety to the spiritual seekers to celebrate his creation with enthusiasm. There is a need to come out of the self-created discomforts. The wisdom words uttered by Shiva are the cosmic vibrations reverberating continuously around and within us. But there is a need to listen, understand, and adapt to them carefully so that the hurdles being faced by the seekers as constraints of the Maya disappear like bubbles in the air.
So here what is being told, that Shiva is an embodiment of love and compassion, and he gives certain guidelines. So we need to come out of our self-created discomfort as well as self-created comfort zones also. So our discomforts are our avidya. We have seen avidya in detail in last 2 sessions, that there are kleshas, pancha kleshas. Because of that, in our life, discomforts are created. Those pancha kleshas we will quickly see are avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, and abhinavesh. So because of these discomforts, we create our own comfort zone, that we feel that we need to live with these discomforts only, because we are not getting connected with the knowledge part or the wisdom part. So we need to come out of our comfort zone also. There are many people, they live in very, in such a state of discomfort that they feel that this is only life. Accepting the pain, accepting the sorrow is a good thing, but always remaining with that and not getting connected with the knowledge part, the higher self or the guru, is not good. That creates us a discomfort. So we should come out of the discomfort and we should start doing the sadhana. But the 5 kleshas, we need to come out of that. This is the basic thing that a seeker should adopt. And for that, one should need to listen properly, understand it, and then adopt it. And what is the basic thing in understanding that? The basic hurdle is the avidya. So avidya is the basic hurdle that keeps us away from the basic understanding and total understanding of any spiritual scripture. So we should be carefully pass through these phases of understanding. Learning and understanding is very necessary. If you are going to learn or understand or studies any scripture, you should keep your old concepts aside. Generally, what happens, the buddhi, which is always creates some of the memories in front, and during reading or studying any scripture, we get connected with the memory or our old knowledge, and that creates a disturbance in learning this or the whichever scripture we are learning. It creates a disturbance in that, and that is a nature of our mana or our manasa or our intellect. That's why manolaya is always important. Keeping our mind quiet is very important. And what is the quick method of keeping our mind quiet is the Sudarshan Kriya or any technique of pranayama. I felt that Sudarshan Kriya is the most important and quick technique to subdue or to calm your mind and keep your chitta fresh, to accept any knowledge, any wisdom. So next, Ram.
Sutra.
Sutra
Su-
means.
Sutra means a thread that holds things together. This is the simplest and the most popular way of spreading the pearls of wisdom through words, yet holding it most delicately through sutra, neatly bonded like the atoms of the molecule. In ancient Indian script literature, sutra denotes a distinct type of literary composition based on small, short wisdom statements, in which prominently various technical terms are used. Sutra generally contain rules or algorithms. Various technical is very sorry. Sutra generally contains rules or algorithms, is a very brief form of writing in which there is no elaboration. The sentence consists of few words and no narration, explanation, or dilation. In the olden days, these watchwords were meant for easy memorization by students and depended upon the commentary given by the learned sages. The sutras are open for extensive commentaries, and because of their mystic nature, they can be interpreted in many different ways. This category belongs to all the texts of various schools of philosophy. The Shiva-Sutra is the most ancient holy text associated with Advaita school of philosophy. The sutras advise us of various ways to engage in a spiritual practice to help us overcome Maya, that an individual experiences at various stages of his
The
life.
Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
There are three types of seekers: Mukta, the liberated one; Mumukshu, who wants to get liberated; and the Baddha, bonded in avidya.
So here we will see the sutra. What is sutra? Sutra means there are few words written. Words of wisdom, they are written. There is no complete sentence in that. Few words are written and it is kept open for the learned sages to explain that. They are like guiding words for the students or for the seekers. So these are means the thread. Sutra means thread. If you see the meaning of sutra word, it is a thread and it has a continuity. All the Shiva Sutra, all the sutras have a typical continuity in that. And in our ancient Indian literature, this is a very important part. You can see Patanjali Yoga Sutra or Nyaya Sutra of Gautama Rishi. Even you can see Brahma Sutras by Badrayan. There are so many, even Vedas also you find sutras. So sutra is a very ancient and very effective technique to impart the wisdom. Why? Because sutras are very small. The students or the seeker can by heart those. No? Instead of by hearting an entire big grantha, sutras are very simple to understand and to remember us. So this is a basic point behind sutra, and this is the this Shiva Sutra are the holy text of Advaita school of philosophy. This is Advaita Grantha. The sutra are connected with Maya. That is, individuals experience at various stages of life because we are all part of Maya. And there are three types of seekers. Seekers means sadhak. साधकों के तीन types होते हैं. One is mukta, the liberated one. Means the person who is having good knowledge, wisdom, but still he is a seeker only because he has not reached to that Jivan Mukta Dasha. He is still at the Mukta, but not reached at the Jivan Mukta Dasha. That is the, you can call it the Mukta Sadhaka. Then Mumuksha, the one who wants to get liberated. The sadhak, he or she wants to do sadhana and get some wisdom, knowledge, and get liberated. They are on the way. And Baddha is the bonded with Advaita. Still, there is a core instinct to get liberated. Every human being wants to get liberated. So there is always a core need or the core want within us to get liberated. That's why many people are inclined toward godliness or towards any type of marga like bhakti marga or jnana marga. There are so many margas given for attaining the moksha. So many people are adopting many marga, but still they are having the core intention or core want of getting liberated. So there are these three types of uh, sadhaka, we can say. In Gita, Sri Krishna has told four types of sadhaka. Artra, Artharthi, then Jitnyasu and Jnani. So in that Artha means somebody suffering, and that from the suffering only the person wants to come out of their suffering, then they pray for the God to the Guru. This is Artra, they do some sadhana, any type of sadhana. The Artharthi means so they want something out of that. Means if I do some sadhana, I will get some worldly pleasures. That type of people come under the Artha. Then so here they come as a bonded or baddha because they are into avidya. They don't know that he and she was the or the omnipresent cosmic energy are different. They don't know this principle, so they want something from the higher principle. Then the jitnyasu is like moksha, and jnani is the mukta here. So this is a comparison. In short, we can say what Sri Krishna has told us in Gita. So next is Maya refers. Ram.
Maya refers to the aspect of life that can be measured, the non-permanent elements of reality that keep changing. Maya is the metastasis of life that shifts from one phase to another, like the kite that flutters in the air and is carried away by the wind. Shiva is the Satya, the ultimate truth, the omnipresent reality that never changes. Constancy is thy other name. Shiva is the ultimate benefactor. Oh, surrender to him, and he will be thy healer. Merge with him, and he will be thy reliever. He is an epitome of love and compassion, and will relieve the sadhak from the avidya, appears in human life as three forms of Maya: Mahamaya, Mohamaya, and Yogamaya.
So here the Maya part is briefly explained again. That Maya is Shakti, is the kinetic form of Shiva. Again, we are telling the same thing. And Maya is like a fluttering kite. It remains in flight. No, Maya is not constant. That's why it is called as an illusion. Shankaracharya called this as a mithya. Why? Because this is not a Satya. Satya is Shiva. But Maya is the mithya because it keeps on changing. Anything. See, if our birth, if as a human being also, as a kid, we have some different attachments and attraction. As a young one, the attachments and other things changes. As a in the middle age, our interests are different. And in the old age, we feel very in a very different mode of chitta or mode of mind we are in when we are in old age. So in the one human birth, we can find so many changes. Like that, the huge appearance of Maya is also continuously changing. So this is the continuously changing part. But there are certain siddhas like Nachiketa or Ashtavakra. They are born siddhas. In their life, these from their birth to their end of the body, their state of chitta never changes. This part we must see in detail, that their chitta is never gets disturbed. It is a datta chitta we can call. Naneshwar Maharaj called it as a datta chitta. Their chitta is always in the present moment without any impression. So they always remain with the Shiva, because Shiva is the ultimate truth and omnipresent reality that never changes. He is the epitome of love and compassion, because attachment is a different thing, but love and compassion are such a values in life that every siddha is merged in this, and every saint is merged in this. That's why all their kriyas, all their karmas are with love and compassion for the humankind. Their intentions are very bigger. not for themselves. They work for others. They work for the humanity. And avidya, for the normal sadhak, avidya represents through the three maya, what we have seen, Mahamaya, Mohamaya, and Yogamaya.
Maya and Sadhak. Mohamaya. Mahamaya. Mahamaya is the total ignorance, or we may say the oblivious person who knows not the existence of spirituality. Maya is the worldly appearance of changing dynamism of the Shiva Tattva, the divine power of Shiva that makes the material universe appear what seems to be permanent. People who are not on the spiritual path are lured by this illusion and get caught up in the humdrum of the daily affairs, all directed towards the fulfillment of the routine life, from waking up to attending meetings or achieving their business targets. They are like rolling stones who gather no moss, but sheer worldly mirth. Rarely would you find an iota of humanity in such enslaved, illusion-driven individuals. There is a complete absence of humanness inside them, and neither do they feel it themselves. They also don't feel anything about anybody. This is Mahamaya, deep darkness. Most of the people on the earth are bonded due to Mahamaya. When a person turns on the spiritual path for self-realization, he or she needs to face the Mahamaya to overcome it.
So from this, you can understand how deep is the Mahamaya. And most of the people on earth, at least 98% people, are attached with Mahamaya. What is Mahamaya? In short, it is the living in the animal instinct, like Muladhara Chakra. They are living in only the animal instinct, and the features of Muladhara Chakra are food, sleep, fear, and sex. They're all karmas, they're all intentions, they're all information is only related to these things. You must have find so many people, they are the whole day they think about the food only. नाश्ते के बाद खाना क्या है, खाने के बाद dinner क्या है, like this. They are only thinking about food. And that's why they can't get connected with the higher realms of knowledge. So when we see, when they want to come on this path, they have to face the Mahamaya in very dark stage, because it is very thick part. They are like only working in Rajasa and Tamasa. And they have to come on this path means they have to become a Rajasa plus Sattvic attitude. We have seen the three gunas, no? So they have to change themselves from these Tamasa and Rajasa to Rajasa and Sattvic. Then only they can do some sadhana, they can understand certain granthas or sayings of Guru. So that is the Mahamaya. Even the Mahamaya is related to the very lower level of Tantra the people do. They are into Tamasa. They perform certain black magics and other things. They are also engulfed in Mahamaya. So next is Mohamaya.
Mohamaya. Mohamaya means attachment. When one becomes deeply attached to the mundane world, his inclination towards possessing a house, money, luxuries of life, his own body, his near and dear ones or children become manifold. This only leads to the blindness towards the spiritual existence of the divine. Thus, the individual is trapped in that mesh of Mohamaya, that which does not bring you any joy, but the absence of which causes you suffering is Mohamaya. The spiritual seeker can also get attached to Mohamaya. King Jadabharata, being spiritually on higher state, also got attached to small deer, and he got the next birth as a deer.
See how is the Mohamaya? Moha Maya is your attachments toward the worldly matters, and this is Moha. You get attached to that. In Mahamaya, the person may not get attached to anybody. They are very selfish persons who are trapped in Mahamaya. But in Mohamaya, people are of good nature, but they are attached to certain things like house, money, luxuries in life, and they are always in attachments mode. So they are remain very restless because all these things are keep on changing. They are not stable. Like King Jadavarta, who was almost a Jivan Mukta state, but at the time of death, he got attached to a small deer, and the next birth he got as a deer. So this is how the karma works on the very conscious and subconscious chitta level. The next is Yoga Maya.
Yoga Maya. Another fascinating form of Maya is the Yoga Maya, is the Maya even in yoga and experienced by the seekers who have reached certain higher levels. Yoga Maya is a subtle inner experience of different divine powers or channeling that comes to you, comes as you progress on the spiritual path as a sincere seeker and yogi. Sometimes it so happens that through continuous practice of yoga and spiritual practices, some divine powers get awakened within oneself. Then the yogi gets the power to predict the future, and he gets an intuition about future events and occurrences, or he starts channeling spirits. Some spirits come and start talking to the yogi. Now, if he is not completely hollow and empty from within, and if he still has some cravings and aversions, then they interfere with his intuition. His intuition will not be absolutely accurate, but in most likelihood 50-60% of it will come true, and the rest turns out to be false. And this is what makes Yoga Maya deceptive and inaccurate. Again, having such types of siddhis is also a want and is an attachment at a subtle level. Sometimes we see a few glimpses, which many times are hallucination of the mind. The mind creates some sort of images, and there are chances that we get trapped into such false things, illusions. Shri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa had been trapped in Yoga Maya, and under the effect of hallucination, he started seeing Kali in a woman form. Then his guru, Shri Totapuri Maharaj, helped him to come out of the state of illusion and hallucination. Hence, such illusions are also not so preferred by the Guru, the Shiva Adi Guru. He never advises to chase such an imaginary world. There is nothing to see. Many say you will see light and colors, but all these things are again a perception of the sensory organs and mind, which are major hurdles in spiritual practice. What is being perceived by the mind keeps us away from the true nature of the self.
So Yoga Maya is regarding it is a higher elevated state seekers, the Yoga Maya encounters. So this Maya is so subtle that the seeker, the spiritual seeker, doesn't understand what is happening to him. If the seeker is not totally hollow and empty, he is walking on this path, he may get some hallucinations. Like the example is given of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, but the hallucination of Kali, and his guru removed that hallucination. So even Guru Mandala is also this type of hallucination, wherein when you are traveling, some hurdles are coming in subtle way and you get trapped in that. The biggest good example I can give, that the Vishwamitra's example. He was at very elevated state of sadhana, but he got trapped with Menaka, with the sex drive. See, the guru like the Rishi like Vishwamitra also can get trapped in Yoga Maya, because this is the Maya around, and the person like Vishwamitra can also get trap into such moha. So this is the very different realm of Yoga Maya, wherein many sadhaka, many elevated seers also get attached to that. And that becomes a hurdle in getting into the true nature of Shiva. So we will end here and we'll start questions. Rest part we'll see on Thursday. Any questions? Any question? Chandreji, Suruchi.
So, Yogeshwari ji, this different kinds of mayas are there.
Yeah.
So what are the different ways that there are different ways to come out of this particular maya?
Yeah.
Okay. So, for example, if this particular we are talking about the first maya, and in that particular maya, we are saying this is the hurdle which is being faced by everybody who is in the normal realm, and he does not have any awakening of the spiritual realm. So how exactly this particular awakening will happen if a person is in deep in this in this maya, the first maya?
That is what given in the Shiva-Sutra, na? How
Okay.
he will come out of that.
Okay.
That is what. Then such person feels that the Chitta is Atma. Atma Chittam is the first sutra of that Unmesha. That he feels that the gross body is the only thing. So with the sutras only, he should come out of his own ignorance. That is for the Shiva Sutras.
Okay.
Jai Gurudev, ma'am.
Jai Gurudev.
Ma'am, which Maya is the toughest? Like Mahamaya, then at last there is a Yoga Maya. Which is the toughest one in between Mohamaya?
So every Maya is toughest for that level.
Okay.
If the sadhak is at the very low level, Mahamaya is the toughest thing for him to come out. And sadhak is at mukta level, then Yoga Maya traps the sadhak. So it is the toughest part to come out of that. Even Machindranath, the very, what you call, saint of Natha Sampradaya, he got into clutches of Yoga Maya only, and he started living in the Assam. And he started again the Grahastha Dharma. He married to the queen of that land. And he engrossed in again that Maya. He forgot that he has come here and Adi Yogi Shiva has imparted all the knowledge to him, all wisdom. He again engrossed into the mundane world. Then Gorakshanath went there and he brought him back in the mainstream of knowledge. So it happens. It happens. The mind and the chitta needs to be very, very stabilized. At any moment, you can come down to any other realm. This is what.
So, ma'am, what is the basic? I mean, what the basic remedy to keep us away from these things? Like now we are not on that higher realms like Masendranath and all those Ramakrishna Paramahans. We are not. I mean, those are very higher seekers. They also trapped in this thing, so it is very scary.
Yeah, so we will not get trapped. No? That should be our thinking process should be that Our intention should be that we will not come into a grave of any type of Maya. So is the Shiva-Sutras here to guide us. But these are very, very superior tattvas. Understanding this tattva, one's need to act very away from all the previous knowledges and keeping away. So very beautiful. But any question about Maya Sadhak? Anything is not clear? I think today everything is clear.
Ma'am, actually today's topic is very scary.
Very
Scary.
not scary. Nothing is scary. No signal is scary on road. Signals are always given. Red, orange, and green. So do you feel?
Ma'am, when I such a big sadhaks like gurus, they guide others. When they get trapped, then it's like, the small person like us, of course, will get scary.
See, nobody is small and nobody is what you call very at a high level or so. This is the steps in sadhana. Anybody can at any instant can become a liberated soul.
Is it that some past karmas affect this? I mean, because of that, we get trapped in mayas?
Yes, yes. Past karmas also are there.
No, because
Prarabdha.
like
That is a
gurus
prarabdha.
and all,
That's why
they
the
are also trapped then.
Yes, yes. That's why the
Mhm.
sadhana is to be done. We should always remain with the realm of wisdom or knowledge with the guru. Some time of our day-to-day activities, some part, 1 hour, 2 hours should be dedicated for the sadhana. And who are sincere seeker, they should do at least 3 hours, 4 hours sadhana in a day.
So, but only with the sadhana and this thing, you are saved, or is
Yes,
that
yes.
because see, Machendranath was almost like an enlightened one. Still,
Yeah.
he got trapped. Nowadays, I see this Natha Parampara's serial is coming now. So, detail of the knowledge I'm getting from Sony.
Yeah.
So, he was almost an enlightened person.
Yes,
But
yes.
still, like, he has to go through all that.
Not all that.
Again, Grahasthashram and all. And then again, he came out of it. So,
Yeah, yeah.
why this was?
This happens. No, this is human. Human is for that only. Is it not?
No,
So
what
it
I'm
happens.
telling is, at his level, he is not like like a small sadhak. He was like an enlightened one. So even enlightened one could get trapped in.
So there is a saying, exception proves the rule. So
Oh.
exceptions are always there. 1 or 2 exceptions are there. That doesn't mean that all are having those phases in their lives.
Ma'am, I heard like one story of like Matsyendranath broke the ahankara of Hanuman.
Yeah, that is that correct.
Once. Yes, yes. So he was so, and then after that, I'm hearing this. So
You see how Yoga Maya is strong. You can see.
I used to think that Ramakrishna Paramahansa ji used to actually see Ma Kali, but now today I think I heard another version of it. Like
Yeah.
it was his hallucination, not that Ma Kali was coming down and giving him a vision. Right?
Yeah, what happens now? These are seeing, he was seeing with his sensory organs. Like Ma Kali has come in a woman form. Kali Tattva is not a woman. That you try to understand. Man and woman, man and woman. These are the references for human beings. Unless and until you get out of these concepts, like some person is man, some other person is woman, unless and until you come out of this, you will never walk on the spiritual path. This is the basic requirement of walking on the path. You should not feel that the guru is a man. If he's man, then you should not feel that he is a man, or the guru is a lady, then you should not feel that she is a woman guru. You should not go with the outer appearance. That's what I told in the first few minutes only. Na? You should not go with the outer appearance. Linga, Veda, Ranga, Rupa, nothing. When we see the Kali as a woman, it is sheer illusion, hallucination. That's why Totapuri Maharaj, he removed such type of hallucination.
So what is the science behind this kind of hallucination? What, total attachment?
No, it is not the attachment. What happens now when the spiritual seeker or the sadhak does the sadhana jab ki jati hai na, when the chitta gets attached with some subtle images, the subtle images are not erased out because he was a Kali Pujak. वो काली
Yeah.
के मंदिर में पूजा करते थे ना, he was
Kali
a पंडित over there. काली के
Yeah.
पंडित थे ना, वो पुजारी थे काली के. So the continuous image of that Kali in his mind, that Manolaya has not happened till that time. Chitta was not clear with any image. Kali ka image still there was in memory. And that Kali, whatever the उसका जो मूर्ति है ना, उसी के रूप में वो देखते थे. That is made by some artist there, is it not? See, Raja Ravi Verma made paintings of all Devata. Before that, there was no concept कि कोई and he has painted in all 9-yard sarees because he liked that the woman looks very beautiful in that 9-yard saree of Maharashtra. So you see all the Devatas are wearing 9-yard sarees. Except Kashmiri Devatas, they are wearing their own things. Is it not? So this is all the concepts, and sadhak should come out of this concept. Otherwise, इस path पे नहीं चल सकते. We चलते हैं, again get trapped in some maya, मोह माया में अटक जाते हैं, योग माया में अटक जाते हैं. इसलिए शुरू में ही you should clean all these things. Why we have these sessions? Why I have taken 2 sessions? We should know where we can get entangled. If we know beforehand कि हम यहाँ जाके फंस सकते हैं, so better get our ideas concept clear. That was because the Maya, the Shakti is of no form. The Shakti is available in each and every human being. अगर आपका फॉर्म में है, सरकार मैडम के फॉर्म में है, प्राची देसाई के फॉर्म में है, या राम के फॉर्म में है, सब में वही शक्ति है. ना वो स्त्री है ना पुरुष है. ये देह हमको स्त्री पुरुष का होता है बिकॉज ऑफ द ह्यूमन एग्जिस्टेंस. आपको बाहर आना ही है उसके.
But see, when we pray to the Devi, 9 forms of Devi, so we need something in front of our eyes. Is it that?
Yes.
Is the reason we need a form, right?
Because everybody cannot do Nirguna sadhana. This is called Nirguna sadhana. Ones need the Saguna sadhana. इसीलिए हम देवी का 9 days का इतना फेस्टिवल मनाते हैं. Saguna sadhana is there, but you should know that this Saguna form is only for the celebration. We need to celebrate something, ना. आप निर्गुण का क्या celebration करोगे? There won't be any Navratri, there won't be any Devi form. कुछ मजा ही नहीं आएगा ना. Jnaneshwar Maharaj says that the entire world is full of festivity. One should enjoy this world with sattvic bhav. This is a blissful world with all Ranga, Rupa. There are so many variants of colors. Variants of beauties are there, metals, beautiful metals are there. We should all enjoy that, keeping our mind that this is the changing part. Don't get attached to it, but enjoy it.
That is the somehow the equalization of everything. Like,
yeah,
somehow is most important. Until you are entangled in different types of, we need to bring them on the same level.
Yes, you should know that this is a changing form. This is Shakti and changing form. It is going to change. My body is going to change. The other person's mind is going to change. We should accept this fact. then we don't get disturbed. Our chitta remains calm and quiet. And this is a sadhana. The practical aspect of sadhana is this only. Why the grahastha dharma is proposed? Many Rishi Muni jo hote the na, they are into grahastha. Like Jamadagni, Parashar, they were all married. Why? We have to face the reality. हिमालय पे बैठ के तो कोई भी अनासक्त बन सकता है ना. When there is nothing around, you are anasakta, you are non-attached to anything. But living in the mundane world and remaining unattached, that is your vritti. That means your chitta is stabilized.
Yogeshwari ji, those who worship Nirguna Brahma, what do they worship?
They do meditation.
Acha.
Yeah. In meditation, the basics of meditation, Gurudev says that I am nothing. I don't want anything nowadays and I will do nothing. मैं अभी कुछ भी नहीं हूँ इस पल में, मुझे कुछ चाहिए नहीं है and मैं कुछ करने वाला नहीं. This is the state of meditation, means उस state में जाके meditation में बैठना है. You need to sit in meditative, start meditation with these intentions. Then the flow of thoughts become very less, and in some stage very few, means 1 or 2 thoughts that can come, because we are alive. We are alive means thoughts are going to come in our mind, but we are not in a reactive state. We just observe or they go, they vanish off there. So this is a nirguna sadhana. Knowing yourself is a nirguna sadhana.
Shiva Sutras have started? No, no. We will start tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll
Next.
start tomorrow. Prathama Unmesha will start tomorrow. Before that, a brief, because sutra, what is sutra? One should know what is sutra.
Yeah.
No, this is different than any grantha that we regularly, like Gita or something, very descriptive with all sentences, big pairs.
Slokas.
It's a total different thing. This is not even shloka, full shloka. There are only few words given. So from Thursday, we'll start first Unmesha. No more question? Shall we end?
Just one question. Is there a link between the Laleshwari and this sutras? Was her like devotion, it include her works included Shivsutras?
Yes, they are reflecting through her works. She was totally into Nirguna sadhana.
Okay.
Earlier, she was doing this sadhana, then she got connected with the Shaktipat cult. And that her guru told her that what you are searching outside is there within you. The Vak says like that, कि Guru ने मुझे बताया कि what you are searching outside is within you. Then I started acting of my own. That Nangai Natsun is the word given there. Na? She said that Nangai Natsun means I had to do myself only. I don't want any prep, anybody's support. Finally, what Guru does, in fact, at very level, Guru only guides you. सब कुछ हमको ही करना होता है. We have to do each and everything. Guru's grace is there. We have to do that. Unless we do that, we will never realize the bliss. What is? बहुत सारी चीजें बताई जाती है. There are so many granthas that describe about the bliss. In Amrutanubhav Grantha, there is one full chapter on Jivan Mukta Dasha, Kathan. He has elaborated how a Jivan Mukta person lives. But this is all we need to understand. We need to realize at this, in this gross body. Na? That is spiritual sadhana. Guru only will tell what is there, but you have to do that of your own. There are no shortcuts. So we'll end here today.
Yes, okay.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai
Jai
Gurudev.
Gurudev.